first argument I'd like to review is the cosmological argument. We can formulate it in 3 simple steps. 1, if the universe began to exist, then the universe has a cause. 2, the universe began to exist. 3, therefore, the universe has a cause. Well, they're on the screen right here. If you just look over your right shoulder. Yes, there they are. And then, having once arrived at the conclusion that the universe has a cause, we can inquire what properties such a cause of the universe must have. Now, premise 1 seems to me to be obviously true, at least more so than its negation. To suggest that things could just pop into being, uncaused, out of nothing, is literally worse than magic. I mean, when a magician pulls a rabbit out of the hat, at least you've got the magician, not to speak of the hat. So for the universe to come into being uncaused, without any sort of cause at all, would be literally to come into being from nothing. And that is surely absurd. Now, wouldn't you agree with that? Yes, Lawrence Krauss has argued that physics can explain how the universe came into being from nothing. But if you press Professor Krauss, he admits that he's not really talking about nothing. He's talking about the quantum vacuum, which is a sea of energy filling all of space. He's not talking about nothing. He himself says, and I quote, "By nothing, I don't mean nothing. Nothing isn't nothing anymore in physics." Have you read David Albert's review of Krauss's book in the New York Times? Listen to what Professor Albert says. I quote, "Krauss seems to be thinking that these vacuum states amount to there not being any physical stuff at all. But that's just not right. Vacuum states are particular arrangements of elementary physical stuff." Krauss is dead wrong, and his religious and philosophical critics are absolutely right. That's your response, that David Albert is a philosopher. Well, that's right. He's one of the most eminent philosophers of science in the world today. And his doctorate is in quantum physics. Dr. Dawkins, you're in no position to look down your nose at a man like David Albert. If you get into a dispute with David Albert about the proper interpretation of quantum physics, well, being he's one of the most powerful experts in the world and would blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, Prof? I think that's a good decision. Well, let's go on then to premise 2.